Turning to our forecast now, let's take a live look over Bellingham. A whole lot of raindrops on the camera there, but we do still see the boats in the distance, and it really is, you know, a typical Seattle and Pacific Northwest spring wet day. Adam Claibon, any relief in sight?
It comes with the territory, right?
Yeah.
Just a typical day. We do have much nicer weather later on into next week, but this stretch of cooler weather is going to be sticking with us for a while. I wanted to update you too, because that particular shower right there that you saw through parts of Whatcom County, we had a viewer email me, said that there was small hail within some of that too, closer to Ferndale. So you could see some of that within some of these showers here as we head on into the evening, possibly again tomorrow too for Friday, as we have a little more instability in the atmosphere. Could produce a few storms, could hear a few rumbles of thunder, and it looks like there are some better areas of seeing that. More on that here in a second. But the snow chances, those are going to be hit or miss. Maybe a little mixing during the early morning hours of Saturday, and then maybe throughout the day tomorrow too, we'll see a few spots. Generally, we're talking about above 1,000 feet, maybe more so above 1,500 feet. And then by Sunday, a lot of that moisture is heading out of here. A small chance of showers. At least we're back up into the 50s. Warmer weather to come later on into next week. Now you can see the storm outlook for tomorrow. Severe activity possible across the southeastern U.S. For us, no severe weather, but we do have a higher chance of maybe a few storms developing as we get a little more of that instability right here along the coast and for parts of southwest interior. Not to say that we don't see any of that here closer to Puget Sound, but it looks like the dynamics for that to happen just won't be in place. And what we're talking about is where you see more of that bubbly sort of nature to the cloud coverage out over the Pacific. That's where we have that instability in the atmosphere with a colder pocket of air higher up, and that is going to move more overhead throughout the night without the daytime heating of the sun for the nighttime hours. Of course, we don't really see that storm development. Tomorrow, though, once we do start to see that sun back out there, a few pockets breaking apart, starting to see that sun come through, could lead to a little more of that instability. Here we are right now. Rain is moving through. We're at 45 in Seattle, and the winds will start to pick up too. Expect those to be around 20, maybe 25 miles per hour here as we go on into the night. Temperatures chillier than yesterday. We're talking low to mid 40s as opposed to low to mid 60s. The rain is also becoming a lot more widespread. Seeing that farther north here, that particular cell that moved through parts of Whatcom County. You can see Ferndale, that just moved on through here over the past 30 minutes. Another dose of pretty heavy rain coming through as we speak right now. Closer to Puget Sound, generally it looks like just a lot of light rain with this particular wave, and then farther south and west, heavier showers moving on through. That precipitation draws down some of that colder air in the upper parts of the atmosphere. That's why you see a little mixing here closer to 1,500 feet and above. But snow is expected across the mountains, and we could see anywhere between 8 to 18 inches of snow for elevations above 2,500 feet, where this winter weather advisory is everywhere in the purple. And we expect that to end on 5 a.m. or 5 a.m. in Saturday morning for us. And then winter storm warnings are going to be out for areas farther to the south, where we could see a little higher amounts of snow. 1 to 3 feet of snow expected down there across the southern part of the state and into Oregon. Timing it all out, you can see tonight showers. That particular wave that comes through right now over the next few hours will move out and just leave off and on chances on into the day for tomorrow. And then more of that convergence zone activity right here closer to Everett, where we could see maybe a little bit higher of amounts of snow. Closer to about maybe a foot to a foot and a half there, while areas outside of there will be looking closer to about 8 to 18 inches. And then off towards the south, you can see still more of that moisture to come as we go over the next really 48 hours. 7-day forecast, 40s for highs next couple of days, back in the 50s on Sunday. And then there's that nice stretch of weather I was talking about Monday through next Thursday with highs in the mid 50s.